let's talk about traffic, and for the audience listening, if you don't know what we mean by traffic, this has nothing to do with being on the roads, or road congestion. This is about the amount of people going to and from your assets. Could be a website, social media, could be paid ads, going to a landing page. There's a wide variety of places traffic comes from. But one of the things I see all too often on the other end of the spectrum is people spend thousands of dollars on a website. They spend all this time and preparation trying to build this asset, and they have nobody going to it. And so it's like putting a billboard in the middle of the desert, and it's like, that's nice, and you can brag to your friends and family about it, but it's not going to pay the bills, right? So talk to us about the implications of traffic going through this process, where you feel like some good starting points to get traffic might be.
Right. So there's several ways to think about it. Right now, interestingly enough, and this is where we've seen most people kind of struggle with, is because when they think about traffic and even just like marketing in general, they focus first on the platform. Right now, let's take a step back here. When we think about what is an ideal marketing, right? Like, how do you actually like market effectively? And so there's really three M's that you want to have, right? So it's having going after the right market with the right message through the right media, right? So three M's. So market, message, media. And the best way to kind of think about this is your market is your audience. And then your message, this is your offer, right? What are the messages and offers that you are putting out there so that people see and know and like realize what you offer to them, right? Whether you're selling a product, whether you're selling a service, right? And then third is what is the platform that you're using this? The easiest, and the reason why this is so effective and so crucial, is you need to have these three things actually lining up and matching up, right? And the reason why this is super crucial is an easy analogy. So it's kind of like what Preston was talking about, and Russell Brunson talks about this kind of like analogy is, well, this is kind of like if you are a singer, right? The market is your crowd, the message is your song, and the media is your stage. Okay. Now, here's why this is really important. You could be the best singer, right? The best singer. You could be Taylor Swift, right? Who's like selling like $8,000, $16,000 tickets right now,
That's
which
crazy.
is insane. And so you could be Taylor Swift having the best singer. You have a $2 million platform, media stage, and you could have the best, Billboard song. But if you are singing to an Eminem crowd,
Yeah.
then your music is gonna bomb, right? Your concert is gonna bomb. And so it's so important that you need to have the right message through the right media, going to the right audience, right? And so this is what we've seen most people like trip, is they focus first on the media, right? All right, McBilly, all right, Preston, should I start a YouTube channel? Should I start a TikTok channel? Should I, start posting in Facebook or Instagram? Now, those could all be the right answer, potentially. It just depends first on who is your market and what message are you putting out there, right? And so when we think about marketing now and having those in alignment, so how do we actually do this, right? There's three levels and angles that you could really focus your marketing with, okay? And so, so the first one is what most people focus their marketing with, is what's called product focused marketing, right? Or product or service focus. And so, they really focus on, hey, I got the best rates. I could get you the cheapest rates. I close fast, right? I have amazing, loan programs, home programs. And it's just like all product, right? FHA loan, VA loans. I have the best service, and the dude, like one of the easiest examples here in why you could see how prevalent this is people really focus on the product is Shark Tank, right? Like, and I'm a huge fan. I love Shark Tank. But you think about Shark Tank, guys, like everyone there is like focusing on the product, right? Like, oh my God, I created this like amazing glitter box that glitters and it's powered by AI and like it like sings and dances and like but the thing is they're focusing on their product and they're selling their product, but now they have this like sob story of like, oh my God, I put my life savings on this product to build this product, and if you guys don't invest in my company, I'm gonna go bankrupt, right? And so yes, it's important to have an amazing and great product. I do not discount that. But if you are doing product marketing, that means you are going broad, right? You are just selling to everyone. And when you sell to everyone, you are selling to no one. And so that's the first level of this. And so you want to get to the next level, which is by focusing on the audience, right? So this is the audience-focused marketing, right? And so with audience-focused marketing, this is really diving into understanding your audience and who you're going after, right? Now, when you're going after your audience, what are the different ways that you could like niche down, right? So first is by going after affinities, for example. And this is what we have done and why we've actually created, our own home program, the Hero Home programs, is like going after specific affinities and niches. So for example, and we've seen this, a lot of our members and by focusing on certain demographics of people. So, for example, hey, I primarily serve veterans, right? Or going after VA specifically. So that's an example. But then even further than that, when you go into the demographic, right? What are their age, right? What are their, who is there? Like, are they parents? Do they have kids, right? And then the next one is, so demographic and then geographic, right? Well, if I say, just for example, let's say I'm a loan officer and I say like, hey, I am the #1 loan officer in the whole US. Well, I mean, yeah, great. Like, yeah, probably not, right? Like, not really. No one's going to believe me. But if I go down and go really niche, right? So for example, if I say like, all right, well, I primarily serve, immigrants, because I'm an immigrant. And then I go niche down even further, millennials, right? Because I'm a millennial and I could speak further into the millennial crowd. If you are an immigrant millennial and you are Chinese, because I'm Chinese, and then I say, yeah, if you're an immigrant and you are a Chinese and you're a millennial and you live in Chicago, I am the #1 Chinese immigrant loan officer in Chicago, right? Like I could actually say that, right? And so like the more that you niche down, this is now you're really honing in and really honing in into your audience. But you could even take this a step further, right? So even more than audience marketing, you could really go deep into customer marketing, right? Like understanding your customers in a deeper individual level, right? Now, for an audience perspective, this is broad still, right? Like it's still a group of people. You're niching down, but it's still a group of people. But as a customer, now you're really thinking of the individual, right? Now we're really diving into their psychographic, right? What is their hopes? What are their dreams? What are their aspirations, right? What is their desires in life as a person? Now I could really think about their psychographic and really diving into that. Like you would think, I mean, for example, for us in our industry as for mortgage professionals in real estate, people talk about buying the house, but guys, they're not really buying the house, or that's not the reason why they want to buy the house, right? There's a deeper psychological reason why they're buying the house, whether it is because they're having kids. For example, for us, we're planning for kids right now. I just got recently married earlier this year. And so, they want a better, safer neighborhood, right? They want a better school. This even goes deeper into understanding the psychological status, right? It's a status symbol. So, they could have grown up, for example, as an immigrant, this is a status symbol of success, right? If I live my whole life just renting and, hearing from my parents, hearing from all my families who have just rented, there is a psychological longing to actually finally achieving this American dream of home ownership. And there's a status symbol to it, right? It's a deeper feeling to it. And so really understanding their hopes and desires allows you to communicate even stronger messaging and actually connecting with your customers and being able to really speak to their desires. And now you're able to really attract and separate yourself amongst all of your competitors.
Well, that status
right?
also goes deeper than that too. I mean, status is a weird thing. It's something that it's kind of a cognitive bias of sorts, or it taps into cognitive biases quite easily. And it's something, if you're interested in sales and psychology, you really need to understand status. But it's interesting to see how that can take effect, because sometimes people buy a house because they want to be seen as a good husband. They want to be seen as a provider. They want to be respected by their children, their parents. There's so many reasons, right? Maybe they've spent their whole childhood under a roof where their parents, demeaned them, and you'll never amount to anything, and so now they have a chip on their shoulder going, yeah, I'll show you, right? I'll show you that I'm successful. I'll show you that, and so it's like, that's status in a way. It's not status like your average Mercedes type of status, but status as in, I want, in the hierarchies that I'm in, right? And your family is a hierarchy of sorts, and it's a hierarchy on top of other hierarchies in your life. I want to be seen as somebody worthy of being on top of the hierarchy, right? I want to be well respected. I want to be loved. I want to be, whatever. I want to be missed when I'm dead, right? These are things that we all make decisions, and we do different. We make different choices based on how we want to be seen, how we want to be acknowledged. And so, honestly, that's when I listen to calls from our members, that's one of the things I hear so often is, if when our members actually give the consumer the ability to kind of, they can kind of get into a few whys deep to figure out what's actually going on under the surface. And you hear that it's a lot of family driven stuff, emotional reasons. People want to be loved, respected. It probably sounds simple. I guess it is simple, but this is the human experience. We all want these things from somebody and for some reason, right?
Right. And I mean, it also just kind of ties back to just if we understand, consumer buying behavior and why, right? Like why are they doing what they're doing? What are their hopes and desires? And so let me tie this back to your original question on traffic, right? Now, that's the core thing that we want to start here. Is we really need to understand your market message media match first. But then, when you think about traffic and getting customers now, getting leads, well, there's only really three ways that you can generate traffic, right? You could either buy traffic, you could rent traffic, or you could own traffic, okay? And so now, and this is what we've done through our hybrid marketing approach with Good Vibe Squad, is we want to combine both the paid traffic, where we're buying it through ad platforms, right? So that could be, Facebook ads, Instagram ads, it could be TikTok ads, you could do YouTube ads, you could do Google ads, right? So pay-per-click. And so from there, you buy the traffic, but then you also want to rent the traffic, right? And this is where your organic channel really comes in. And this also includes your referral partners, right? Because these types of traffic, these types of business are the traffic that we cannot control, right? We're renting it because, and it's really important that we understand that we do not own this traffic, guys, because even if you own, let's say, a YouTube channel or maybe an Instagram account that has over 100,000 subscribers, right? It could be 100,000 subscribers. You've worked years and years and you built out this like really successful following. Well, guys, we know personally people who have built over 100,000 subscribers and their Instagram account gets shut down just like that, right? And it gets shut down. Once it's shut down, you can't do anything, right? Like this is like Zuck. It's just like, well, it's just Zuck. Like they own it, and so you do not own that. Whether it's your Google My Business account, whether it's like Now, we own it, but we're renting it, right? And so ultimately, we want to take the traffic that we're paying for, we're generating leads, but we're also taking the traffic that we're renting, and we have to push this to a traffic that you own. You want to push this to your own platform, right? This is why it's so crucial. You need to have your own CRM. And, we built our own CRM at Good Vibe Squad, Loan More CRM. And so it's really important, whether you're using, a mortgage CRM, your own CRM, your own database, right? You want to be able to own this and, more importantly, build a relationship with your audience, okay?